Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for December. I hope everyone's November went well. Let's dive right into what's going on the channel. We still have Potionomics and Xenoblade Chronicles. Well, I guess not still, because Potionomics started last month, following up Potioncraft. Two very similarly premised games, but completely different gameplay and styles. They scratch completely different itches, and I am enjoying both of them quite well. I mean, Potioncraft, I finished the Let's Play, but I have been enjoying both of them tremendously. I highly recommend them both. Obviously, being very different games, it's perfectly understandable for one to be of interest to you, any particular one of you, and the other one not be. But I am very much enjoying both of them. Potionomics has tons of great characters and tons of great character interactions, and the animation is fantastic. Like, the animation for the characters in the game uh, really does look like something right out of a 3D movie kind of thing. The 3D CG movie, say. Um, it's very high quality and it looks very good. Um, Obviously, there are some things that a movie would do that doesn't. That collision issues with some of the character models, but it's fine. It's fine. But just like the character designs in general and the expressions and emoting that they do, really does feel like something out of an actual uh, CG movie, and a good one at that, I should say. So I highly recommend it for that reason as well as so many others. Um, so yeah, check that game out if you've been enjoying the Let's Play, or if you haven't checked out the Let's Play yet, do so. I'm really enjoying that one. It's very much a gem of a game that I was not expecting to find, at the start of the year kind of thing. Xenoblade Chronicles is still ongoing. We wrapped up a big session of side quests, which, I mean, it's kind of what the game is in a lot of ways. Side quests, a game interspersed with little bits of story. Um, and we got some story ongoing as well. We're getting back to the storyline now. See how long that lasts before we get back onto side questing the game. But I'm still enjoying that game as well. I do feel like they put too much in terms of side questing. So, it's just one of those things. It's not bothering me per se, but it is one of those things that if I could have chosen a different way of doing it, I would have done so. Um, that's it's not really a knock on the game so much as I would do this differently. Stream-wise, we still are playing Zelda Breath of the Wild on Mondays. Obviously, that's also a long game, very open world. There's tons of stuff to do. So I've got quite a bit in that game that um, I am and can do. Um, that will be ongoing for a while as well. Over on Zerfall's channel, Parrot M. Haru, we are wrapping that one up. We got just a little bit left to go, although I think there's going to be a bit of a delay before the final bits of that are done. We have finished the storyline. We're just trying to check out what else can happen in the game kind of thing. So stay tuned for that. And I do need to update that list. I have been extremely busy, and I'll get to that in a moment on Wednesday, we still have our retro streams ongoing. That is quite a bit of fun. We are currently in the middle of playing Deja Vu, the Mac Venture game ported to the NES. Very enjoyable so far. But also, like, one of the things that I specifically remember about my young person attempts at playing Uninvited was it felt obtuse at times, and I am detecting that in Deja Vu. Not really in a usually bad way, just kind of I'm not. There are obviously some things that I need to do that are not making the logical leap in my mind that, oh yeah, I can do this kind of thing. So we'll see about that when we get back to it. I was not able to stream any of that yesterday, and I'm hoping that we can finish it up with one more session. A lot of times, point-and-click adventure games, once when you know what to do, it's like boom, boom, done kind of thing. Um, they can go pretty quick. So we'll see how that goes next week when I should be getting back to that. In terms of what is coming up, we have SNES Shadowrun in the queue, Zelda the Minish Cap for the GBA, and Barbie for the NES. So those are coming up in the future. I may change the order around a little bit. I think I'm going to have, of those three, Zelda be the third one, because it's going to take a while, and I can open back up requests for retro games during that and fill the queue back up again. So do stay tuned for those. If you're not following me on Twitch, you can check out any of the links in video descriptions, at least for recent videos, last few years. I do have the link here on the main page, main channel page, and of course the video description for this video will have the link. Fridays, we wrapped up Lego Bricktales. It wasn't super long, but it was a lot of fun. Very adorable game. Highly recommend it. If you have any young kids who are into Lego, 10, 8 to 12 years old kind of thing, I think they'll very much enjoy that. I think that would be right up their alley. Got some kids or nieces and nephews who like Lego and are about that age. It's certainly fun for an older person as well, but it's just not hard in any way. Someone in, shall we say, our age group. But it still was a lot of fun to play, and I do not, and I recommend it for anyone who likes Lego as well. Replacing that has been Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. So we've got one video of that done. We'll get back to it tomorrow as well. And I mean, it's Final Fantasy 1. It doesn't take too long to play that, so we'll be playing through that as well. The Lego building streams on Wednesday and Friday nights still ongoing. We've got started yesterday Central Perk, one of the Lego Ideas sets, the coffee shop from the Friends TV series. That will be wrapped up next week, and on Friday. We are going to be back to building the Camp Nou, or Camp Nou, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's the football stadium, soccer stadium in Barcelona, I believe. I am not a soccer fan myself. I don't have anything against the game, it just doesn't draw me. But the stadium sets are pretty interesting architecture-wise, and they look interesting to build, so I've been looking forward to building one of them. I've got another one in the queue as well. One of them, and I can't remember which one, if it was that one, Camp Nou, or Manchester United, that's, I believe, still available 40% off on LEGO's website. So it's a great deal. Go check it out. If you're into soccer, you want to build a soccer stadium out of LEGO, grab that. Or if you just want a really good number of pieces for an admittedly high price, but a much better price. 40% off is kind of hard to beat. So check that out. And join the streams on Friday nights for that building. That will be ongoing for a few weeks because it is rather large. We have hit our goal, so I will be getting the downtown diner, and I'll be replacing that goal as well. I just need to decide what I want to put in for it. So do stay tuned for that, or, well, I mean, check out the stream for that. And, of course, Saturday is continuing to see Spelljammer, our ongoing 5-year campaign. Still going. Still going strong, still tons of fun to play, and please do come out. All that, of course, is on Twitch. You'll find a link in the description below. and should be a schedule on Twitch's website that will times and everything. So that's mostly what's going on the channel right now. There is, of course, the Parasite Eve playthrough that I said. So we're going to be doing that around Christmas. I haven't quite decided if it's going to be a special separate stream or if it is going to be a like a temporary replacement for something else. Um, I've got some plans are in the works for things in December, and they haven't been ironed out yet. So once that's done, I will know when I can and when I want to play Parasite Eve. So do stay tuned. Keep an eye on Twitter. Keep an eye on Discord. If you're not on my Discord channel, you can find a link up here and join me there. And I will, of course, post on in the announcements when that is going to happen. And of course, you'll if you're following me on Twitch, you'll get the live notifications when I do go live, and just keep an eye on those to see when Parasite Eve is coming as well. So that's basically what's going on the channel. In terms of what's going on personally, one of the reasons why I've been really busy and haven't had a chance to update this playlist, we had a pipe burst in the house. Luckily, it was not a water pipe; it was a drainage pipe. So just don't use the drain for one of the bathrooms. There's no flooding kind of thing. It's not like a running water pipe that's just constantly pumping out water. It's still bad because it's a drain. Includes toilet drain. So that's fun. We're gonna get a carpet replaced because of that. There's still some assessment that's got to be done, but it's definitely caused some havoc. And in fact, just today, as they were replacing that drain pipe, they found that one of the hot water pipes, heavily corroded, needs to be replaced. It was kind of funny initially when they punched into the wall to get to the other thing. They're like, oh yeah, there's some rust here. You might want to consider replacing that. It's going to be a bit of work. Not sure if insurance is going to cover it. Then they replaced the drain pipe, and they're cutting out the wall to put in a new piece of drywall. So that they just punched in the hole to get to the pipe. And then once that was done, then they cleared out the rest to make it rectangular. Anyone who works in construction probably recognizes that. It seemed logical to me. I don't construction. And that revealed more of this pipe that had just had some rust marks. So it probably had a pinprick leak on one point, and that's what caused the rust. And there's just massive heavy corrosion on other parts that were hidden, and it's like, oh yeah, that needs to be replaced. So that's fun. So there's all kinds of disruptions and stuff like that. Luckily, insurance is so far going to be paying for most of it, it looks like. Obviously, this new thing, that's a little up in the air. But yeah, so that's caused a lot of disruptions, falling behind on some recordings. And of course, Thanksgiving came around, and that messed things up. And that was the thing is, on one of my recording days, I basically spent the whole day drying a portion of the basement. Wasn't a huge amount. There is so much work. Everything that has happened, it could have been so much worse. If it had been a live water pipe that burst, oh boy, that would have been awful. Probably would have lost, so much stuff would have been damaged. As it is, a shelf that's about as old as me is the insurance is like, oh yeah, we'll just replace that kind of thing. And it's in really bad shape, so because of the water damage. But it's also really old, so it's like, yeah. And I had a box full of books on the floor that did get a little bit of water in, but it's just the little tiny corner of 3 of the books in the box have a little bit of the waviness that happens with paper when it gets wet. It's barely noticeable, so that could have been a lot worse. Cardboard boxes are surprisingly resilient against water if there isn't just an absolute flood of it. So yeah, worked out pretty well there. Got very 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 lucky that there really hasn't been a whole lot of damage. Um, but certainly discovering where that crack was in the pipe and knowing what's coming out of it, and we're like, yeah, let's just replace that carpet there. It's good. So yeah, lots of disruptions and probably disruptions for a little bit going forward. Luckily, they did get out just today to replace the drain pipe, and that's all done. But that's been quite the excitement over the past week and a half or so, something like that. So yeah, yeah, lots and lots of craziness going on here in the Dragon House. So that kind of gets me to the next point. If you've been enjoying the videos, please do consider supporting me in any of the various ways that I have. It does go to, help deal with these types of sudden, unexpected events. Obviously, even with insurance, there's deductibles and stuff like that. So, the support of you guys helps me in when those events come up. You can support me on Patreon. I have a number of tiers available, and it really does help. Patreon is, for me, basically the best source, but names of patrons are scrolling by on the bottom. I am very appreciative of all those who are supporting me on Patreon, and you guys are really, really, really helping out. It does mean a lot to me. Uh, if Patreon isn't available to you or isn't something that you want to use, you can do the channel memberships. You can join here on the main page or any of the video descriptions. There's always an option there. You can go to Ko-fi and support me there. You can also do a Twitch subscription. If you've got an Amazon Prime account, you can tie that into Twitch, get Twitch Prime, and get a free sub once per month and support me that way. Give a little bit of Jeff Bezos' money to me instead. He's not going to miss it. So any of those methods is a fantastic way of supporting me. You can use Twitch Bits as well for one-time donations, Ko-fi for one-time donations, and you can also do super thanks now on videos. If there's a video that you've particularly enjoyed, a series that you've particularly enjoyed, you can go into one of those videos and use the super thanks option and do a one-time donation to me that way. And I have gotten one already, and that really did mean a lot to me. It was a big surprise to see that. I'm really not expecting that. So it always kind of comes as a surprise, and it really does mean a lot to me when people show their support. Obviously, not everyone can do that. We got holiday season coming up, so if you cannot afford to support financially, please do support in the other ways that help out grow the channel. And channel growth is not doing so hot right now. Obviously, YouTube doesn't like the sort of content that I'm creating. They're like not. It's not what they want these days. I don't know why. It's a great way of keeping people on YouTube, which is exactly what they want. But hey, what do I know? Apparently. But watching the videos fully until the video actually stops, liking the video and leaving comments, all of that does help. It is most important with the first episodes of a series as well. But beyond that, just watching the videos and watching them fully, liking them, leaving comments, all of that does go a really long way to boosting my kind of rank within the YouTube algorithm so that they promote my videos more and they push me in front of more people to actually come find my content. All of that does go a really long way towards getting more eyes on the content and getting more subscribers and stuff like that. And it really does help quite a lot. So those who are already doing that, I cannot thank you enough. And for those who want to help out the channel in various ways, please do that. Same thing over on Twitch, coming out and watching the streams. Obviously, you know, I'm not streaming at the best time for everyone. Sometimes I'm streaming when some of you are asleep, some of you are at work. Perfectly understand that, and unfortunately, there is no perfect time for everyone. I wish there was, but there isn't. But if you can come out and watch the streams, that also helps getting more people watching, getting more subscriptions. All of that does also help on Twitch as well. So any of these methods really does go a long way to helping out the channel, and I really do appreciate it. Like I said, thank you to all of my Patreons. Your names are scrolling by beneath the video. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys are showing your support, and I cannot thank you enough. Finally, before we wrap up the update video, for those of you who've been following me for a while, you know that once a month I do post up a new deity on my blog for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. The deity this month is Tarcellus Meunadin. He's an elven deity originally created in Dragon magazine number 155. I'm realizing now that I probably should have put this in the blog post, because not everyone's going to realize that. As a patron of snow elves, who also showed up in that magazine issue, and only that magazine issue. But they're pretty interesting. There's some things that I would change about them if I were to implement them more directly. I mean, I do, at this point, consider them canon in my game, even though they've never shown up and everything like that. But for those of you who are interested in the Snow Elves, you can read that article in Dragon number 155. And check out my update to 2nd edition. Most of the information is fairly generic in terms of settings. It's, editions. It's fairly edition neutral, except for specific elements of it. So that will be of use to anyone who wants to have snow elves in their campaign. So check it out. And I really do appreciate everyone who has been checking those out and following that project along. It's been a long project, but it does feel like I am kind of closing in on the end. Still have a long way to go. I'm near the end, but I still have a long way to go. There's still a lot left to do, but it does feel like I'm getting there. And it does feel really good to actually be in that, kind of in that zone of things are getting to the end. So I want to thank everyone who has been supporting that project as well. It really does mean a lot to me. And thank you all for watching the videos and coming out to the streams. I love interacting with you in comments, in the chat of the videos, the chat of streams. It makes it so much more fun to do all of this. Reading the comments and responding and responding to chat and everything like that. So thank you very much for all the support that you guys are showing me. It really does mean a lot to me. And thank you very much for all the support. I cannot thank you enough. I hope everyone is going to have a good December. If you celebrate any of the winter holidays coming up, I hope those go really well for you and you get everything that you want happens exactly as you want it. And thank you all so much. See you in the next update on January 1st with a new year. See you next time, everyone.